What's going on, guys? How's everybody doing? So this is my first review of AEW Dynamite, and what an episode to start off with last night's episode, which was titled AEW Dynamite Winter is Coming. So I've just finished watching the full show there a few minutes ago, and I was jotting down just a few notes to get myself through this video. So basically, the show started off with an AEW Dynamite Diamond Ring Battle Royale, and this is your typical Battle Royale in any wrestling promotion. So basically, there's two winners. It's the final two people will be declared the winners, and then next week they will face off for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. So it started off with Sean Spears and Scorpio Sky were the two people that didn't go in to the ring. Everybody else was in the ring. The two of them were kind of just taunting each other, and they were like they want to make the first move. So that's how it started off, and I'm just gonna basically kind of just jump the gun here and just talk about the interesting stuff that happened during the Battle Royale. As we all know from recent weeks, Adam Page and Dark Order have been confronting each other a lot. More so Dark Order confronting Adam Page, telling him he's lost at the moment and they'll take him in, like they'll be his new family. So what happened here was, in the Battle Royale, anytime Adam Page was nearly being eliminated, Dark Order would be there to catch him and throw him back into the ring to make sure he doesn't get eliminated. They weren't too quick at one stage because Matt Hardy did unfortunately eliminate Adam Page. So it's going to be interesting. Will he join? Everything is going wrong for him at the moment. The biggest part of this Battle Royale was MJF, Warlord and Sammy Guevara were all in the ring, and Orange Cassidy and Jungle Boy. They were the last remaining participants in the Battle Royale. So it came down to them anyways. Orange Cassidy was actually outside the ring. He wasn't eliminated. He was just fairly beat down. It came about where MJF eliminated Jungle Boy but accidentally eliminated Sammy Guevara. So yes, that did not go down well whatsoever. So he was trying to explain himself while Sammy was outside the ring. He said, I didn't mean to do that. I was eliminating Jungle Boy and you accidentally got eliminated also. So yeah, a lot of tension, as you can imagine, seeming as Sammy Guevara does not like MJF at all. So MJF turned around and seen that Warlord was there and two of them were celebrating that they were the two final people, and then they were told, no, you're not. Orange Cassidy is still in the match. So Orange Cassidy got fairly beaten up by Warlord, and then all of a sudden Warlord gets eliminated by Orange Cassidy. So next week it is going to be Orange Cassidy versus MJF, and the winner gets the Dynamite Diamond Ring. So yeah, overall not bad. But Battle Royale, but what do you expect? It's only a Battle Royale. It's not the Royal Rumble like. So yeah, moving on. The next match was Chris Jericho versus Kazarian. Not a bad match. Bit slow paced. Lasted about 6 minutes. Throughout the match, Jake Hager and Ortiz were outside the ring just supporting Chris Jericho. At one stage, Kazarian got Jericho in the Boston Crab, and he was pure red in the face, even purple in the face. It looked like he was going to tap out any second, and all you could see was Jake Hager and Ortiz were trying to interfere in the match so much by pulling the leg of Kazarian or whatever. And then at one stage, which is another interesting part now, this is actually a big thing in this match, was while Kazarian had Jericho in the Boston Crab, MJF and Warlord came down. MJF had a white towel to throw in the white towel, and he was just there, like you could see the pressure in his face. He was like, will I do it, will I not, will I do it, will I not? Kept going, thinking to himself, will he do it, like. And then Sammy Guevara came down, and then he was just looking at MJF. He was like, what you doing? He took the white towel off him. He was like, what you doing? And then it actually turned out, so Jericho got out of the Boston Crab and he seen Sammy Guevara holding the white towel, and he was like, what you doing? Kind of like, he got the blame for it instead of MJF actually getting the blame for it. So yeah, Jericho won anyways with the Judas effect, and then all of the inner circle got into the ring and they were celebrating, but then shit started going wrong. MJF got pushed by Sammy Guevara, and then the two of them started pushing each other really heavily, and Jericho was just like trying to break it up. And then the next thing, Warlord pushed Sammy Guevara, and Jake Hager pushed Warlord, and then they're all just pushing each other, and then this is the big part now. Then Jericho was like, stop this shit, I'm sick of it. He was like, next week there's going to be an ultimatum. The 7 of us cannot work together. The inner circle is over for good. So next week should be interesting with the ultimatum, see what will happen. I hope they don't break up. I think it's a bit too soon. We should still see what happens. After this, there was a backstage segment between the Young Bucks. They were being interviewed and they were basically saying you face Hybrid 2 next week, after there's been a lot of tension between the two teams. So this interview didn't last too long because they claimed a new tag team came out and they started dissing the Young Bucks. And it's like to have a rapping gimmick. One of the lads, I don't really know their names. One of the lads came out with his big chain and he had a microphone. He started rapping, and then the other member of he claimed had a book that the Young Bucks wrote, and were basically dissing their new book. So yeah, then whatever, they were rapping anyway, and then Hybrid 2 came out and started attacking the Young Bucks. And then of course they got saved by Kazarian and Christopher Daniels. So that wasn't too bad. It's going to be interesting to see what happens next week. The Young Bucks are on fire at the moment. I'm happy they are the tag team champions, so that is solid. The next match was a women's match. Britt Baker versus Layla Hirsch. She's making her debut, her first match. It was an okay match. It wasn't too amazing, nothing major to talk about. Britt Baker won the match. There's a lot of hard hitting in it. This Layla Hirsch girl is Russian. She's fairly built. She's small, very small now actually. Britt Baker had a big height advantage towards her, or reach, if you want to call it. But yeah, so Britt Baker won. Then after the match, Britt Baker was celebrating, and Thunder Rosa came in and started attacking Britt Baker, and the two of them had to be separated because they were kicking the shit out of each other. The next match was a tag team match. It was the TNT champion Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes versus Hobbs and Starks from Team Taz. Now this match was it literally kicked off straight away. Even before the bell rang, they were throwing lumps at each other. The winner was Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes. Darby Allin with the coffin drop to win the match. It was a fun match to watch. I really like Starks. He's fairly built and he's very, very quick. And then Hobbs is just your typical, your big physique wrestler. Like, it's not really much to talk about when it comes to this match. There's a lot to talk about what comes after the match though. So the match is over anyways. Hobbs gets pissed off because obviously they've lost, and he makes bits of Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes. And then for some reason Arn Anderson decided to get involved. He went up towards Starks, hit him a few slaps, tried to go up against Hobbs. Hobbs completely destroyed him. And then Dustin Rhodes comes to the save. Then Brian Cage comes out, and Brian Cage, Hobbs and Starks are all just tearing apart all of, Cody Rhodes, Dustin, Darby and Arn Anderson. And then the place goes black. This is the big part now. Sting. Yes, Sting makes his debut. He comes out. His team music is actually pretty cool. Even the video for his music above the entrance is pretty sick as well. So he comes out anyways, and looking as badass as ever with his bat. He comes down and he's walking to the ring, and Arn Anderson looks in shock. He's just like, he doesn't know what to say. He just looks in shock. Sting gets into the ring anyways. Team Taz kind of gets out of the ring, and when Sting comes into the ring, he walks straight up to Arn Anderson, looks him into the face, says nothing. Arn Anderson is saying a lot of things. He didn't quite figure out what he was saying. So then Sting leaves Arn Anderson, walks over to Cody Rhodes and looks Cody Rhodes dead center into the face. As we all know, Cody Rhodes is a big fan of Sting. And this is the interesting part now. Darby Allin is next. He comes up to Darby Allin, looks him in the face. Darby Allin gets up, and the two of them are just kind of at a stare off. And, he's just looking at him side to side. And that was it then. But next week now, Sting is going to be speaking. So yeah, as you've probably all seen if you watched it late last night in America, or you're only waking up this morning in Europe, UK, Ireland, Germany, Spain, wherever, and you're only seeing this, he's after signing a multi-year deal. Is he going to be a manager? Is he going to be a wrestler? I'm not too sure. I know there's probably going to be a lot of fans like, oh, I thought AEW were meant to be the kind of the kind of company that will be not like WWE, where they bring in their legends and they have legends wrestling and they're winning their titles, blah blah blah. I don't mind Sting wrestling if he does wrestle, but I just hope he doesn't do what WWE do. This isn't a diss now to WWE. I do watch WWE, of course. I just don't want him to do what WWE do, which is have legends come out of nowhere, wrestle fuck all, and then win titles. So it's going to be interesting to see. If he wrestles, I'll be happy. If he's going to manage, I'll be happy. So once he doesn't go beating young people for titles, that's just bullshit. Now, on to the next one, the main event. The cleaner, Kenny Omega, 11 wins in a row against the champion, Jon Moxley. Very interesting match. Very hard hitting. You know, these two are absolutely brutal. Kenny Omega has been going on basically saying, since he became #1 contender, he wants to have a normal wrestling match, technical wrestling match. No bullshit. No no disqualification matches. Just a technical wrestling match. Like the first 20 minutes, it was kind of just slow paced, kind of getting the tempo up a bit, and it was just basically like a few clotheslines, a few thrown up against turnbuckles, a few kicks, slaps, boxes, something like that. Nothing really amazing. And then like it kind of they brought it outside of the ring then, slamming onto the mats, throwing each other up against the barricades, stuff like that. The one thing that really annoyed me about this match though is this is like a big match, probably one of AEW's biggest matches in history. Like Jon Moxley has been champion for a good while, and hasn't even lost in ages, even in non-title matches. So there was 2 ads, and I'm just kind of like, why? Why you need to put in the ads during big matches? Even just there's too many ads. They shouldn't be doing it during matches. The same with WWE. It's really annoying. At one stage in the match, anyways, moving on. At one stage in the match, Jon Moxley kind of something clicked in his head. He got 2 steel chairs, and the referee was like, "No, you get disqualified." So he opened up the 2 chairs anyway. So he sat down on one, and then Omega sat down on the other, and they were basically boxing each other and slapping each other. So that was kind of funny. So Omega got knocked off his chair. He got back up, and then he just suddenly V-triggered Moxley off the chair. So that kind of stunned Moxley altogether. So that was good. And then he picked Moxley up and gave him a suplex. So that was good. And then he just throwing him around the ring, and then just giving him V-triggers in the back of the head. And then he ended up throwing Omega out of the ring, and Moxley attempted a suicide dive, but when he was in mid-air, Kenny Omega V-triggered him mid-air, which is pretty cool, I must say. That was a good part now. So he ended up getting Omega ended up getting Moxley back into the ring and kept V-triggering him into the back of the head, which is mental. And then he missed one, and Moxley threw him over the top rope, and Omega landed on the pavement, and if he didn't land on the mat, he landed over the mat on the concrete, sorry, not the pavement. And if the doctors, officials, were kind of treating him, and they were saying, "This is," you could hear the commentators saying, "This isn't what Moxley would want the match to end like this." And then Don Callis, who is the executive vice president of Impact Wrestling, who was also there, he is a big supporter of Kenny Omega. Like they've known each other for 20 odd years, since Omega was a kid, teenager, and he went down to see what was going on. And Moxley just got fed up with everything, and he threw him back into the ring. And then all you see is Don Callis walking up to the ring, and he's tapping Moxley onto the back of the head, and he wants to talk to him. And the next thing, bang, Moxley's after knocking out Don Callis. And Don Callis had a microphone in his hand, and then Moxley turns around anyways, and Omega sees the microphone and picks up the microphone, and bam, smashes it straight into the middle right here, into Mox's forehead. And obviously that's cheating. He's cheating now. But this is what the cleaner Kenny Omega is all about. He'll do anything to win. So One Wing Angel, 1, 2, 3, bang, new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, no other than Kenny Omega. Delighted, absolutely delighted. a lot of people were saying when AEW first started, and especially the first Dynamite, like, they were always saying, oh sure, Kenny Omega be the first AEW champion. Obviously he wasn't. So it's good that they've waited a while. Anyways, after the match, this is where things get interesting. After the match, Don Callis picks up Kenny Omega and he's like, come on, and they rush out of the ring. They're running past Tony Khan. Tony Khan's like, where are you going? Literally run out an entire building, get into a car, and they're like, where are you going, Don? What happened? And Don Callis is just like, we'll find out Tuesday. Me and Kenny Omega will explain all Tuesday. And the interviewee's like, but Dynamite is on Wednesday. And then Don's just like, yeah, Tuesday, Impact Wrestling, Kenny Omega. I lost my shit. I'm just like, okay, what's going on here? Is this going to be a crossover? Are Impact Wrestling and Impact Wrestling and AEW going to be working together? That would be pretty sick. Like, just have like what, 4 or 5 names written down here. That would be it. Unbelievable just to see in AEW. You have like the Good Brothers. You have Sami Callihan, Motor City Machine Guns, Rich Swann, and then Taya Valkyrie. Like, they had some great matches, like Young Bucks against the Good Brothers, Young Bucks against Motor City Machine Guns, like Motor City Machine Guns and Young Bucks. That would be an unbelievable match. I know there's a lot more people on Impact Wrestling roster, obviously, but I'm only picking out some of my favourites. So I don't know, that's going to be really interesting. Overall, it was a very good episode of AEW Dynamite. So anyway, guys, this is my, as I said at the start of the video, this is my first AEW review. I'll be doing a lot more. It all depends on the show for me if I enjoy it or not. So I'm hoping to do more. So we shall see. Things will get interesting. I'll probably end up doing a review now Wednesday morning on Impact Wrestling. This is going to be interesting. You never know, people from AEW could end up on Impact Wrestling next week to see what the hell's going on. Exciting times for wrestling. Not just one promotion, all promotions. There's a lot of good shit going on. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, leave some feedback, negative, positive, it's all welcome. Thanks, guys. Bye.